Trip Morning Show. Here we are. Ben Lieber's here. Hi, Ben.
Hi, Chris Hockey.
It's good to see your face, as always. Thank you for coming in and hanging out.
It's great
with
to
us.
see your mouth. Yep.
Wow.
Oh, wait. Did I?
No, yeah, it's fine.
Wow.
Yeah,
That was
it
on the
is.
air.
Thank you. Wow, that's really nice.
Well, because when I turn around...
You can't see my mouth.
When I turn around, the computer monitors is basically just cover your nose and your eyes.
Sure,
and so
sure.
all I see is your pretty mouth.
Okay. Oh, well, that's my best feature from what I've been told. You know what? Yeah. Would you like to have me on television today to look at my pretty mouth?
Sure.
And we can talk.
Could you come on and just talk all eclipse facts?
For sure. I'll just tell you about the eclipse and diddling.
Yep.
And whether or not you should diddle during the eclipse.
Would you diddle to totality?
I think you have to.
Good question.
Because it hurts if you don't.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hi, I'm Dick Tips with.
Wow.
Hi, I'm Dick Tips with Mission Park Funeral Chapels and Cemeteries.
His last name is Tips?
Yep.
Oh, buddy.
Hi, I'm Dick Tips with Mission Park Funeral Chapels and Cemeteries.
We know where Hawk's going to get buried.
I mean, come on, man. Your
I do
name is
love-
Richard Tips.
Yeah. I do love some steak tips, but
Oh, hell yeah.
those I don't think that I would try.
His parents just set him up for failure, right?
Tommy would love some.
Hi, I'm Dick Tips with Mission
Come
Park
on.
Funeral Chapels and Cemeteries.
Yeah.
Why does he go by Dick?
I don't want to be buried by Dick Tips.
Because he can't get it for free.
Brilliant. You're on fire today.
Sauce, what's a better occupation for Dick Tips than funeral operator?
Good question.
Maybe somebody who gives random facts.
Or circumcisions.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the best one right there.
Yeah,
That's the best one.
Yeah.
A good one.
Or a private investigator.
Who is
Oh.
PI? Huh?
Oh.
Look at you.
Yeah, or maybe he's an informant.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh.
right.
What if he works for Crime Watch?
Oh, yeah. Right.
That's pretty good, you guys.
Thanks.
I would. If that was your name, you don't go by Dick Tips.
Sure you do.
Yeah, sure.
No.
It's great advertising
Yeah, right.
for your business.
Hey, how are the dick tips today?
Raw.
Tommy?
How about forget the Richard part of it? I've just never heard of anybody in the world with the last name Tips in general.
Yeah.
You're running cold if that's your last name
Rosie
anyway.
hates that
They
guy.
ain't
Hates him.
Ain't a real good name.
No.
Like to goes with that. Heather Tips.
Hawk Tips.
I sure. as
That's
hell do.
one, yes.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I sure do.
Cory Tips very well.
Oh, thanks.
I bet Rosie does. Rosie Tips. There's never been no one's ever been named Rosie Tips.
Rosie
Read it
Tips.
right here.
And I think that's an oxymoron.
And I think you need to get that checked out.
Yeah, get it looked at. You've had a rosy tip, right, Hawk?
Yeah, isn't that? Yeah, that's what it is. An oxymoron. It's like when they say military intelligence.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
That's exactly what it is. Yeah.
What?
All right, Benjamin.
What's up?
I was going to wait until 7:40 for this, but Sauce has that Twitter bit, so I'll just throw this out there. A couple of things that popped up over the weekend when it comes to the old NFL draft, which is just a couple of weeks away. Thursday, round 1, April 25th in Detroit. Vikes at picks 11 and 23. Chris Sims, you know Chris Sims, right?
Sure do.
Chris Sims has Drake May as the 6th best quarterback in his eyes, behind Caleb Daniels, Nix, Penix, and JJ. Mm-hmm. Drake May, number 6. Then Merrill Hodge said, quote, Drake May is the kind of player that'll get you fired.
Mm-hmm.
Rosie?
Wow.
So 2 guys not big fans of Drake May. Your thoughts on Chris Sims and Merrill Hodge basically saying Drake May, not the choice if you're the Vikings.
Well, Chris Sims has had some bold predictions in the past that have not come to fruition, and people are keeping receipts on that. Mm-hmm. But Merrill Hodge, on the other hand, has been very good at predicting the future of some of these college quarterbacks. So take what you want out of either one, but I don't know, guys. I wouldn't totally disagree with what they're saying, because some of the I would say outside of the potential of Jaden, Caleb seems like he's, if he can keep his ego in check a little bit, he seems like he's going to be a star. I think all of the others are very much debatable on where they fall in line. And You could pick apart things about McCarthy. You could pick apart things about Bo Nix and Penix and, all of them. You kind of lump them all together. So I don't know. I just think that this is a product of having so much time to evaluate these quarterbacks that you've got to find some things that you can kind of grandstand on and make big headlines on. So it could be true. I don't know. There's also aspects of his game that are really, really good, and they could project to be a really good quarterback in the league. I think for all of these guys, even Jaden, it's all going to come down to what system they're going to be in, and can they really shine with all of their strengths? And if you get into a situation like Chicago did with Fields, and they feel like they want to make you into something that you're not, then you're not going to be successful. But I definitely saw that over the weekend, and I'm like, I don't know. There's a lot of rumors with the Vikings and Drake May, so I don't know if the Sauce, your hands up.
Yeah. Here's why it's a hot take and why what he's banking on. He's banking on that May goes to New England, and New England is a hot mess, and he will fail in New England. That's what he's banking on. Ooh. If he goes to New England, he will be terrible. Anybody who goes to New England will be bad. They just don't have the team. Well, that's what he's banking
terrible
on.
For what, 1 year?
No, I mean, they don't have the support system to support a rookie quarterback. They have no left tackle. They have their right tackle, I think, is maybe their best player on their offensive line. Their wide receiver depth is terrible. Their best offensive weapon, I think, is Hayden Hurst, I think, who they signed or something like that.
So do you believe if C.J. Stroud had gone to Carolina and Bryce Young had gone to Houston, we'd have basically flipped scripts?
I think so, because Houston was set to be – Houston is a stacked team. They just needed a quarterback. The same thing that you can say about New England, you can say about Carolina. What's Carolina's worst thing? Their offensive line. What's the Patriots' worst thing? Their offensive line. That's where you need to protect a young quarterback. That's what he's banking on. That Drake May is going to go to New England and not succeed. That's why he's saying it.
I mean, it's possible. It's that's definitely a decent rationale. I've sort of pushed back at the larger narrative of everybody's saying that New England, why would you go for quarterback right now when they have so many holes to fill? So when do you think if you were in New England situation, if we had the number 3 pick, how would everybody feel in this room about trading back and not taking one of these quarterbacks?
Would hate it.
Yeah, I think
I would hate it.
You want a quarterback.
Sure. You need a quarterback.
Unless you don't think these guys are good, right? That's the other thing that everybody forgets.
Are you just going to act like the smartest guys in the room and say, like, we don't think any of these out of the top 2 guys, which we're not going to have a chance to get, we don't think they're all worth it?
But as we've learned in the history of sports, right, GMs get ripped for the decisions they make and the ones they don't make, right? If you pass on somebody that ends up being legendary, that's on your record as well. That's why I don't care that these guys potentially are going to trade up a bunch for one of these guys. They should, if they think they're that good, they should put their legacies on the line. I saw you tweet about that as well, right? That's what you want. You want them to trust their scouting and go for it. And if you give up the house for McCarthy or May or whoever, and it fails, that's not the end of the world either. Because the best case scenario is either that the guy's fantastic or you bottom out. Because you're so bad that you just tank, and then for the next 2 years, you're just getting top pick after top pick after top pick. You just don't want it to be okay.
Yeah.
Right? That's the worst case scenario. Either have the guy be legendary or terrible. Yeah. And you're right back in the spot to draft a quarterback in 2 years with another GM because Kwesi would be gone.
I think the Patriots thing, though, is let's say they pick third, so they're going to take the third quarterback.
Sure.
Just for argument purposes. If they say we have a B+ on Drake May and we have a B on Nix or Penix, they would take the haul and move back, right? We don't know that.
Yes.
That would be right. That's why they would move back, is they're saying, okay, we could get, we can get whoever we need, and they have the second or third pick in the second round. They could get a haul, take Bo Nix at 11, and then they could get their left tackle. They could get a wide receiver in their next 2 picks. That's what I think Vikings fans and the GM of the Vikings is hoping, that they have a similar grade on Nix, Penix, and May, and they go, yeah, of course we'll move back. There's not much difference in our eyes between the 3 of them. We'll gladly take a haul of picks to move back up.
Okay, that's or move back. That's the right logic, but that's the first time that I've seen and seen on social media from everybody on X and heard on TV. Everybody keeps saying, why would you draft a quarterback this year? Because their team has so many holes. But your logic is still draft a quarterback.
Right.
Just move back a few picks, because what if in their scenario they have these guys all graded around the same skill set level? If that's the case, then fine. Then trade back. But everybody that claims the argument is you would never put a rookie quarterback in the position that they're in because of their offensive line. So that's where I've always pushed back. Like, why wouldn't you take a quarterback? There's no guarantee you're going to be in a spot to take a talented quarterback like this in the next 3 to 4 years. So take the guy. Let's slowly build him up. He's going to know the situation he's in. And then you slowly start building the pieces around him. Now, if you want to trade back and still get a quarterback, I think that's sound logic. Go ahead. If I'm the Vikings and I was in the number 3 pick and we found out that was what they thought, like, hey, all these 3-4 guys are all basically the same type of guy. We're just going to move back, acquire picks. I'm like, hey, that's smart. But to use the argument that trade back and not address the quarterback position, I think is ridiculous.
Yeah, I also think that, though, they're going to be picking in the top 5 again next year. They're a bad football team. But I think the only logic where you could get them to bite is that logic, is they have similar grades on the remaining 3 quarterbacks, and they would be glad to move back.
And I don't know how you guys feel about this, and I didn't totally dig into what Spielman was saying. I just sort of saw the headlines and all that stuff. But are you really giving up all the things that we've heard about? It's a swap of the top 2 picks. It's a swap of basically, let's say 4, with Arizona. You swap 4 and 11. You give up 23. Next year's first, which you're hoping is a very late round first pick. And if you have to sweeten the pot with a 4th rounder, that's not, to me, that's not giving up the house.
Correct.
That's not leveraging the future. If you hit on the guy that if you think it's McCarthy and you think he's a 12 to 15 year franchise quarterback that can take you to a championship and win it, do that deal every single day of the week. Now, if it gets into a huge bidding war and you're giving up multiple first round picks down the road and that remains to be seen. But as of right now, the comps to move up from 11 to 4, I don't think is all that bad.
No. And they got, as I've said the whole time, they got the 23rd overall pick, so nothing in the 2026 draft is affected, right? If this fails, it's one draft that kills you. It's next year. You don't but you have a ton of cap space and all that.
And that's
They've
the other thing.
set it up for this reason.
Right. And that's the other thing. The cap space that we have next year, what you don't get in the first rounder that you give up this year and possibly next year, you just pay for the veterans to come in and fill those spots. It's not that hard.
Sauce, you really should go down and talk to Kwesi, because nobody's got more cap space than you.
Oh, okay. You know what?
I'm sorry I had to throw in some comedy.
I'd rather
because you guys
be
are
in a
throwing
Paris
in a lot of knowledge, and I don't know anything about it. But
Yeah,
I was locked in, and I loved it. But somebody needed a kicker, so I threw in a kicker.
It was funny. It was a good one.
Nope, wasn't that great?
Yeah, it wasn't bad, though.
Hey, thanks, man. Get over here, I'll diddle.
I would argue that his cap has no space.
A great point.
But
Yeah, right.
When it's on.
When it's on.
It's completely filled.
Right.
The news is next. It's the Power Trip Morning Show on the Fan.
This, by the way, is Cosmic Orphan and Raise the Alarm. The Fan. Go, Zacho, go. Derek Allen, plans change. Power Trip Morning Show, live local music. Not live. It's not live. We're live. This is local music. Zacho's on the run. He's heading for the Eclipse. He's going to Indiana. I don't know what time. Did he say his plane took off like at 8:30 or something like that?
Didn't he say 7:50?
I think 7:50.
Oh, is that right? Yeah, so go, Zach, go. Go, Zach, go. Musman's here. You don't care at all about the Eclipse, do you?
Yeah, no.
It's Masters Week. He wants to go to Georgia.
Yeah, I'm already on vacation.
When do you
put
leave?
it that way.
Is that right?
Yeah.
You're mailing it in?
Yeah.
Well,
as of last week.
Don't hand water to anybody in line to vote in Atlanta.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
What a great season. I have not watched the finale.
Either have I.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I can't wait. It's
really-
been so good.
Would you agree, Corey? I was very satisfied with it.
F-.
What?
Truly.
You weren't satisfied with it?
It is, we can get into this. It was the perfect FU, right? Because it's a 26-year FU.
Right.
It's Larry David basically saying, the title of the episode is No Lessons Learned. And the best moment of it is when he tells a kid, I'm 73. I've never learned a lesson in my life. He basically says, I don't want to change. I don't want to learn. I don't care what you think, you little brat. He doesn't care. So the bit is, as we've guessed all season long, he was going to do the Seinfeld finale and rub it in our faces. It was an hour of the Seinfeld finale just to give all of us the middle finger saying, you didn't like the Seinfeld finale? Well, F you.
Oh, my God. I couldn't disagree more.
It was the least funny Curb episode of all time. I didn't laugh. I didn't even come close to laughing. So I love his FU. I love the middle finger. It's clever. It's basically, this is my show. I get to do what I want with it. And I want to use this final one to give you a giant middle finger. I was just like, this is brutal.
Wow, counterpoint.
I hated it.
I'm going to disagree with them 100%. I thought it was great. I loved the stuff on the airplane. I thought it was funny. I thought the way they wrapped it up. I thought the stuff he did with the special guest star, which I don't want to ruin it for you in case you don't know who it is. I thought that was great. I was surprised to see Richard Lewis again. I thought
he does show up in the
I
last
thought he
one?
passed. But he was there. I thought it was fantastic. I mean, I was very satisfied with it. I'm very, very satisfied with it. So counterpoint to your negativity. I thought it was great.
I think he did it exactly like Seinfeld and didn't care if all of us thought it sucked again. You know what I'm saying? I think the reaction that I'm having going, well, that sucked again. I think that's the entire point. Is he's like, I don't care if you. But it doesn't necessarily.
It doesn't really end like Seinfeld, though.
Not at all.
Well,
I mean, I know
that's
that.
the joke at the end, right?
I get it.
Similar.
But he plays into the fact that he was leading everybody down the path.
Yeah,
they even panned away exactly like the camera pans away, and then it continues to go on.
And the repeat joke, just like Seinfeld ended on the first episode's joke. Curb was about to joke about the pants tent again. It was a carbon copy of the Seinfeld finale, and that was the whole point, right? It was Is I don't care what you think.
I love
the
nostalgia of it, like the different things, and I thought that was funny.
I did too.
I thought it was great. I really, really liked it.
Couldn't stand it, but that's okay. I think that's kind of the point. The only thing that even remotely made me smile was when he told the kid, "I'm 73. I don't have any interest in learning lessons. I don't care."
Whatever
it was.
Watch the final.
No. You gotta watch.
You saw it 26 years ago.
Well, I'm telling you it was great. He's telling you it sucked, and you've already decided to skip my review.
I'm loving the lead in that Ted Danson is giving him crap.
Oh, that's even better.
About the leading into, hey, didn't you do the final?
But that was the point all season long.
Was like, oh my God, it's brilliant.
Even Larry, right in the I think it was the first episode of the year, or maybe the second, whatever, when he was first kind of in trouble for the water in Atlanta, right?
Yeah.
And he gave the camera the look like, are we really doing this? Are we really going to make fun of the? So even he was kind of self-aware, like this is where we're going. Right, and then, like you said, Ted Danson made fun of. You did come back for the Seinfeld finale, right? And he's like, "Yeah, I did that." He's admitting all season long the finale was hated. He's embracing it. That's the whole point of the finale. I get it. I like the point. I like the cleverness. I like the middle finger. Just didn't think it was funny at all.
Wow,
the Ted Danson arc to me was hysterical, just because he's flipping him S. But then also, if you think about it, maybe one of the better finales was Cheers.
I kind of forgot what happened the season ending.
I remember the final seconds. That were closed.
When I think of
that was a really good episode.
Finales that were perfect. I think about Newhart.
MASH. Oh, yeah. Newhart was great.
Yeah, that's the most creative way to do anything ever.
Yep.
I don't know. Again, a lot of times whenever we talk about these things, I feel like, well, maybe I'm not smart enough to have not liked it, but I loved it. I thought it was really, really good.
See, I'm with you, Hawk. I think it was. I laughed. I thought it was clever and because you have two very polarizing opinions about it. Now you have to watch it because you got to know where you.
There's so many shows that I hate watch.
Yeah.
So yeah. going into it thinking, oh, I'm not going to like this. I've committed to this point.
So I will say this without trying to give anything away. Based on what you said, Corey, when I actually I laughed out loud when he said what he said to the kid.
Yeah,
I'm like, this is great.
The whole episode for sure.
Because I do think, and even Abby was like, oh, I hate it when parents do that. Like, I'm not part of your kid's learning deal. Like, let me go and you teach the kid on your own.
No, he needs to learn this.
He needs to learn this, right? Like, we all know those. We all know those parents. Like, I love how they interjected that little thing. So that part of it, and then the way it ended back on the airplane.
Yeah,
I thought it was great. Yeah. To your point, I thought it was great that after 12 seasons.
Yeah, 20-something years 12. And 12 seasons.
Yes, after 12 seasons of all these episodes, he says what he says, how he's mid-70 guy, and he's never learned a lesson in his life. And then the ending scene is basically, well, they're just going to continue.
Just them.
They're going to argue forever.
It's just them. Like, I loved it because the only closure we needed was the fact that this is just who they are.
Yeah, right. And to see it, by the way, I'm reading reviews to see, and including CNN, just loving it. Everybody's loving it. So I think you're wrong, Corey.
I'm happy to say so.
Yeah, no, I loved
the thesis statement, just, again, zero laughs.
I love the JB. I was laughing my ass off with JB Smoove talking to the special guest. I thought that was hilarious, man. When he was talking about what'd you do with the tapes. I thought that was great, man.
Leon's the best, yeah.
Leon's the best, man.
He's so funny.
He's my favorite by a mile. I love that guy. I thought it was great. There you go.
All right, I'm watching
Give it a shot and tell us what you think, if you would, there, Mussman.
I was playing Initials last night, so I didn't get a chance to.
And
by the way, I need to get, I got to get edition 3 now. So
it's sold out.
What?
That's sold out.
That's okay.
You missed the boat, buddy.
That's a good feeling.
You missed the boat, buddy.
Rosie.
So good.
You missed the boat.
More.
I might.
We've gone through 1 and 2. We've basically played them all through.
Get 4 and 5. They're better. When are you going to the Masters? When do you leave?
Congratulations.
We leave Wednesday morning.
You leave Wednesday morning?
Yep. We get wheels down and we're golfing within an hour. And
wow.
And then heading down to our Airbnb. And then it's 8 guys. Everybody gets a day to go and actually go to the Masters.
Again?
We're going on Championship Sunday.
Thursday's going to be a washout.
I know.
Yeah,
it's
that
not my
sucks.
day. Thank God.
Yeah, right. Yeah! Oh, there's Hugs.
But we're golfing every single day.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be a blast. I can't wait.
That's great, man.
Like I said,
Good for you, man.
I'm not even trying right now.
You can tell.
That's my bit.
Yeah, why
That's
would you?
my bit.
Yeah, right. Why would you start now?
You're gambling with us tomorrow, though, right?
I am, yes.
Leo.
Yeah.
What time is that? 8 o'clock?
Yeah, you have a shot at the first pick.
Yeah.
The juice is loose.
Yeah, I'll probably do it.
We got the Live guys coming back.
Are you in,
Does
Leaves?
that matter?
Rob, you don't think he's going to
I don't know. I'm not paying attention. I'll just pick whoever's the top guy.
That's classy.
Rom's 12-1.
Sure. I'm in for it's tomorrow.
I think Zacho's in, too.
But yeah, I guess he'll be back.
Is he going to be back?
He'll be back. He's coming back tonight. Yeah.
He actually flew out?
Yeah, he's
He
at the
did.
airport
He
right
left.
now.
He was here this morning, and then he got himself a flight and took off and got out of here.
God.
He's on his way.
I remember I must have been in 4th grade. Maybe 4th grade, I think it was, with the last total eclipse, or at least one of them. And I remember you had to take a piece of paper, and then you put a pencil hole in it, and then you would hold it. They kept the blinds shut, but just halfway up, so that way you could hold it underneath the window pane there, and then you could see the eclipse go through that little dot that was, that you put in the.
They just didn't give you guys just the glasses to go outside?
We couldn't even go outside.
Why?
They didn't let it.
What kind of oppressive school did you grow up in?
I know, I'm telling you.
Wow.
I was growing up in Owatonna, and they wouldn't let us. We were supposed to go out and play dodgeball. And they said, nope, because of the eclipse, because you guys are idiots, and you're probably going to stare at the sun.
Wow. Okay.
Which you probably would have.
Yeah, there's a good chance.
Poke your eyes out.
Come on, Moss.
Don't do
What?
that, Moss.
I didn't do it.
Don't poke your eyes out.
I don't care.
Oh, Huck doesn't care.
I'm all upset because Corey didn't like the curb.
No, it's okay. You know what?
Seinfeld, though, is
I
one
liked
of
it though.
Thank you, man.
And you guys are
I
allowed to
loved
like it,
Thank
but
you.
it's
I
more
loved it.
proof
Thank
a
you, man.
great. Well, I think the Office finale also garbage, right?
What?
Some of the greatest.
What?
Some of
What
the
are you talking about?
Terrible. Some of the greatest
seen it.
comedies of all time, though. You don't have to stick the landing on the finale. The Seinfeld finale was a disaster.
You also
It's one of the
don't have to
greatest.
agree with Corey, Max.
You don't have to.
The
Because
Office
he's wrong
finale
a
is
lot.
great,
He
dude.
just won't admit it.
Oh my gosh.
The little panel thing.
Okay, name a comedy?
Terrible.
Name a comedy that you were satisfied with in the finale.
Name something in life you were
Name
satisfied
something
with.
in life that you
What do you
like.
like? If you don't mind.
I'm trying to think of a.
Can't be gambling.
I think you just don't like.
that's my point.
I don't think you like things ending.
No, I think that's my point, Ben. Is maybe with a comedy, you just don't have to have a critical. The finale isn't the same as a drama finale, right?
How would you have ended it?
I think you could have picked a random episode from this season and just walked. I think maybe that's the point. Is if
But that's basically what they did.
at the very, very end, on the airplane, right? The airplane, but they just kind
Yeah,
of
but
said,
when
let's
you're
just move
talking the
on.
very end, that is the end scene.
the last
That's
thing you see.
that's how they close it out.
Yeah.
True, but the hour before it was boring as hell.
What? Hour? How long did you watch the episode for? Did you put it on pause for a while?
Rewind
It was an hour.
It was 53 minutes.
Yeah, it was 9 to 10.
It went by quickly to me. How's all the commercials?
Back after this on the Fan.
The Suns were, and this one also will be a 10-point margin as J-Mac dribbles it out. The horn sounds, and that'll do it. The Wolves move back into first place in the Western Conference standings with a 127-117 win over the Lakers here in L.A.
As heard on the Fan, our friend Alan Horton with the final call of the win over the Lakers, and Finchy is excited about clinching a top 3 seed.
Regardless of where you are, whether you're a 1, 2, 3, it's really gonna be such a hard playoffs. It might be the hardest playoffs ever. So any advantage that you can get is going to be a big one. We haven't been overly focused on the number 1 seed, but I know our guys do have it in their sights.
Pretty good, Maxo.
Yeah, it's really exciting. Handled business yesterday against a depleted Lakers team. They put up 46 points in the second quarter, and it was pretty much off to the races from there. So it all depends on how the rest of the conference standings shake out. But, you don't have to get number 1, like what Finch alluded to. You really don't have to get number 1, especially depending on the matchup. But it would be nice because we just beat the piss out of the Lakers, and they'll be right around there. The Kings, the Warriors, they're all struggling. So it would be nice to have that number 1 seed just to put it in their back
Ever been
pocket.
to a playoff game?
I have not any. This would be the first time the Wolves are going into the playoffs where I actually have hope
Oh, yeah.
in my adult lifetime. The last 2 times you kind of knew,
sure.
yeah, you kind of knew they weren't going to beat the Nuggets, and then a couple years ago you knew they weren't going to beat that Rockets team. But now I actually have hope, and they legitimately could go to the NBA Finals for the first time in my life.
What do you think of that, Benzo?
Yeah, Benzo.
Come on, man. I might go to a game. Never been to a playoff game before. Not many opportunities, Mike.
Yeah, not a
You know
lot.
what I'm saying?
Not a lot.
You know what I'm saying? I got to give you a little bit of news because we got a sponsor.
This is KFAN News with Chris Hockey.
That's right.
Presented by the St. Paul Saints.
You heard what he said. Tomorrow, the Saints are back home versus Iowa for the Lower Town Block Party. That is a 407 game, I should say. Get on down to CHS Field and support your St. Paul Saints, who support your favorite radio station and the Fan. Thank you. So do that if you would, please. Again, the eclipse is coming. There was a billionaire ticket sold to Mike Mussman in Oregon as he was traveling out there over vacation. Congratulations.
You would know if I won. Believe me.
Yeah, I know.
I'd be the first one.
Yeah, you'd be giving it up.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Like
not
Todd,
hiding. I'm
all
not
of
hiding
it.
at all.
He's always
giving it up.
Yeah. Give it up.
I'll
You'd
give you
still be
something.
going to the Masters. I just think this trip would be very different.
Yes.
Private
absolutely.
jet.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah, Learjetted down there.
Which one of your country buddies would you call to go down to the Masters with you? Who's the first call to?
Actually, it would be Dirks because he's a pilot. So
That's right.
He could
He'd
actually
fly you down.
fly us down.
What if you hired him as your personal flight guy? I mean, that is
That's a
balls
flex.
and-
Yeah.
That's
that
a
is-
flex.
Yeah.
That's balling.
Dirks Bentley
Yeah.
flying you. He quits
Right.
I almost said comedy.
Yeah.
He quits country music
Oh, yes.
just to fly Muss around
Look at
because
you.
you have
And I
$600 million.
insist that he makes no eye contact.
You're gonna have to pay him extra for that.
You are balling. Hey, by the way, how
Dirks.
cool is it, Sugarland with Little Big Town coming to Target Center? I'm so excited about
That's
that,
so
dude.
sweet.
That's going to be great. I love Sugarland.
Man, did you miss a really good show? I don't know if you went to U.S. Bank Stadium.
I was in Indiana.
Stapleton.
I missed it. Was he great?
Oh, my God. Stapleton. Lainey Wilson, first and foremost, is an absolute star. I love her.
Yeah.
She's amazing.
Is she
I
the
love
one
her in
from
Yellowstone.
Yellowstone?
Yes.
Man, she's looking good.
Oh, I fangirled backstage once at Country
Was she
Jam
wearing
last
that brown
summer.
leather
I know
she was wearing last night?
Well, no, she was wearing the. No, she was wearing the bell bottoms for sure. Oh man, yeah. Rachel Ramsey had to actually pull me away. Like, okay, you're creeping.
Okay,
around.
yeah.
You got weird there, buddy.
Yeah, but then
Stop diddling.
Stapleton, though,
Please, with the diddle.
that voice is so amazing. I've said this so many times. He could sing the ABC song, and I would think it was a #1 hit. He could sing Diarrhea Cha Cha Cha, and I'd be like, man, that is gold.
God,
And
that's
taking a
Hawk's dad's
chance
favorite
to,
song.
But you know what is interesting, Hawk, and I know you get to have this perspective because you're on stage, but what I love to do is like in the middle of a show is just look around and just look at the crowd.
Yeah.
Look at how many people are there. How many people are having a great time.
Loving it. Yeah, right?
Just amazing, and be able to have that ability and that talent to just garner everybody's attention. I've seen you do it, dude. It's super, super exciting to watch, and I just had a great time.
Now, Ben, the last time you saw him there, you thought it was maybe not the right place.
We don't have to bring.
No, I'm just saying.
Let Musk bask in the glory.
Well, that's what I'm going to do. I'm wondering if you saw both shows, and did you think he maybe put on a better show this time for a crowd that
Oh
big?
God, I would never pay for another ticket for that.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
But what
For
about
Stapleton?
Yeah.
What did you think?
Because he doesn't move around?
He's the worst.
He doesn't Taylor Swift it up for
He's
you?
the worst entertainer I've ever seen in my life.
No, the entertainment is his talent.
Oh,
Then just put a CD
There
on.
are so many.
Put it on Spotify.
Wow, there are so many artists that
Put it
just
on the
stand
radio.
there.
If he was at a small venue like the Fillmore, which is like the only thing that I can think of, because I think even the Armory's too big for him.
What?
If he's at the
He just
Fillmore,
sold out at U.S. Bank Stadium.
no, I'm not saying ticket sales. I'm saying like entertainment value. If he was at the Fillmore and you're like kind of really like felt like up close and personal, then I'm like, man, this is a great show. Anything bigger than that, just listen to it at home, or like just put it on your TV, like watch it, record it on your TV, and just say like, oh, this is about as good as it gets, because he just stands there and
There are so many
does it-
artists that just stand there.
He just stands there.
But there's hit after hit after hit, and the talent with the vocals and actually
he looks.
playing guitar.
He looks. I'll put it this way. To me, he looks like an artist that hates performing in front of a crowd.
He's very shy.
He looks like somebody that's like, this is miserable. I'm contractually obligated to do this. I would much rather just be in the back room creating music and singing in a studio. I hate this part of the job. He does not look like he enjoys doing what he's doing, and it feels like that rubs off in the crowd. But that's just me. Wow. It's much like
it's point counterpoint.
Yeah, see?
That's what it is. That's
See,
all.
you're,
I don't even know
in
you.
this situation, I'm Corey Cove when it comes to Curb Final.
I don't know why you just can't
You're
like
Chris
things,
Hockey.
Ben.
You're Chris Hockey.
Yep, right.
Yeah.
If I'm going to pay a bunch of money for a ticket to go watch somebody live, I'd like to be I'd like to be entertained.
You're gonna pay for it.
Just go ask Barb for tickets. She'll love it.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Well, I'm putting myself in a situation as the consumer,
Right. As a consumer.
as a consumer, that people are going to go out and buy a ticket.
Yeah, sure.
I want to get more than just the words coming out of their mouth.
Oh.
That's just me.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, that point counterpoint. Duly.
Yeah, you asked too much.
It's like going to a football game and just watching the quarterback just stand there statically throwing the football to a receiver, like playing catch with dad in the backyard.
Aw.
Well, we're watching a great quarterback go through the mechanics of throwing a football. But that's all he does.
But if it's still working,
What's happening?
and your team's winning, what the hell is wrong with you?
No, his team. I'm done. His team is winning. He sold out U.S. Bank Stadium. I'm just saying. I think you wasted your money on a ticket.
There you go. Wow. All right. Point counter. It's over. Well done. Great.
You had to. I was gonna give him I was going to give him the longest runway.
I know.
To have a good time, talk about how great of a time he had on Saturday night or whatever it was.
I think it's important to hear both sides.
And I even made eye contact with Sauce.
Yep,
and
sure
Sauce
did.
looked at me and I'm like, I'm not going to say anything.
Yep.
Like, I'm not going to take away your happiness. Or
Dave
like
Matthews doesn't move around the stage that much.
He moves enough.
Enough?
And
what's that mean?
Enough.
Yeah, he's in Enough's Enough now. Don't bring me into it.
Well, just saying.
Dave moves fine.
You
Dave's
guys might
great.
not have heard, but there's an eclipse today. Excitement is building ahead of the solar eclipse. It's the first total eclipse since 2017. Will be the last until 2044. The path of totality, where the sun is completely covered by the moon, will occur in over a dozen states. Thousands of people are planning to travel and see the historic event, including Zach Halverson, who's at the airport right now, about to fly out of town to go see it in Indianapolis. Should be fun.
Is he just landing and then just walking outside the
we
airport?
kind of talked about that.
We're gonna find out. We don't know.
What is the plan when you actually get there? We're like,
Where next? Where are you supposed to go?
Yeah, not sure. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of us on the show right now. How many of us do you think will still be alive in 2044?
0.
I would bet
0.
I would bet a lot of money that it's not all 6.
Oh yeah, right. I'd say.
Why are you looking at me?
As the oldest, I'm probably the first to go.
Yeah, but even so, 20 years, you'd be what, 73?
That's right. Yes,
Right,
that's correct. That's old, man.
Yeah, but that's also. I mean, it's. I'm just playing the numbers game between all 6 of us,
It's
right?
a
Because
numbers.
clearly, all 6 of us could survive the next 20 years, but I'm just willing to bet 3 months mortgage that one of us doesn't make it.
You're, again, looking at me. Yes, I would be 71. Yes, lifestyle and bad
you'll be
choices.
long dead.
I totally get it. Oh, thanks, Sauce.
Yeah, I mean, so will Corey. Corey will be dead.
That's why I don't have to pay up.
Yeah.
What if I'm the one that dies?
God, a lot of
then
people
my wishes came true.
Yeah.
What are the chances that he'd actually even see it? He'd be down in his basement, 62 degrees,
No, he
playing
won't
games.
see it. No. He won't see the one today.
No.
Either will I. I'll watch it on the internet.
Evil Eye.
Evil Eye, yeah, that's the band Corey and I are in.
Oh, is that right?
I'm in a band with
It's
you?
named after his anus.
He calls us Evil Eye.
Yeah.
You agreed to that band name when I told you the reason why I was calling us Evil Eye?
That's a really weird. I mean,
You're
wow.
passionate about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was fine with it.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it just the two of us? Is this a 2-man band?
Yeah.
What kind of music do we play?
What kind of music do we play?
That's
You
what
and
I asked, yeah.
Evil
Yeah,
Eye?
no, yeah. Please, you just want to make sure you got the question right.
Gangster rap.
Gangster rap? So we don't play instruments.
Yeah, you do.
I do? What do I
Yeah.
play?
The
Go ahead.
the sitar.
Yeah, you are.
So
Do you move around the stage?
Well
we
known
do
sitar
gangster. You and I do 2-man gangster rap.
Yeah.
I play the sitar.
That's right.
Yeah.
Do I rap or do we both rap?
It's instrumental.
Man, this sounds great.
So
Ooh.
gangster rap without words?
Yeah.
Yeah.
wow.
So
just
I'm
Ooh, that's real gangster.
I'm
this is
projecting
brand new.
gangster rap mentality with my skills on the sitar.
Yes.
Yeah.
What are you doing if I'm playing the sitar and you're not rapping?
I play the Kalamazoo.
the calendar.
Dude,
The
I
city of
think you mean
Michigan.
the kazoo. That's a city in Michigan.
Like
No,
where
it's a
Derek
new-
Jeter's from?
Yeah, it's an
Didgeridoo?
instrument.
Wow, is that where he's from?
What is the Kalamazoo?
It's half zoo, half California.
No, I like the
Yeah,
way this
think
is going.
about it.
This sounds great to
What's
me.
more
Will you guys
gangster than
play-
the zoo?
What's
Right.
anybody know Zach's number?
Will you guys
Can
play
he
at the
turn around?
Fillmore so that Lieber will come and watch?
No.
Okay.
Lieber won't be there. Lieber could care less about us, but that's fine.
Listen, I'm just glad somebody's finally representing white dudes in rap. So thanks, guys.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Get her done.
Thanks.
And you're doing it with just eye movement, not even talking. You're just raising eyebrows.
Yeah.
Like The Rock.
It's fun.
Yeah, I'm so glad. I can't wait to see your
Yeah, it
show.
sounds like
When's
it.
your next
Yeah.
concert?
I don't know yet.
2044?
Yeah.
Do you guys have
That's
any
too
rap
soon.
beef?
No,
Have you ever made a diss track?
Yeah.
not yet.
I can't create that kind of, I don't know, emotion out of my sitar sauce or what?
You can.
A
You're
diss
very
track?
good at it. Yeah.
How
Well,
long
the
have
best
I been
thing is
playing sitar?
It's all interpretive. I mean,
right.
so Max, there probably could have been a diss track. If you hear diss track, I hear love song.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the beauty of it.
Right.
It's
Deep.
like abstract art. Like
Wow.
you just stand there and listen, and like it can be whatever you want it to be.
Wow.
Will the
You guys
evil
are- you
eye
guys
be
are
on the
brilliant.
cover is what I'm really wondering.
Yeah, it's just
It's
Corey's face.
Yeah.
It just depends on how far you want to zoom.
Well,
Why
you
would
said
it be
with
his
the evil
face?
eye.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, you missed the point earlier, Sauce, why we named the band Evil Eye.
Yeah, his penis.
No, it was the other side.
The other side.
Okay. Well, I heard what I wanted to hear, didn't I?
Right. I can't wait.
Somebody won the $1 billion Powerball jackpot. Obviously, it wasn't any of us. Lottery officials say a single ticket in Oregon matched all 6 numbers on Saturday's drawing and is worth an estimated $1.3 billion. Powerball says it's the 4th largest jackpot in the history of the game. The winner has the option to get the full amount before taxes spread out over 30 years or get a lump sum of about $620 million. If you didn't buy your ticket in Oregon, don't throw it out. 7 tickets worth $1 million was sold in Arizona, Delaware, Florida, Iowa, Massachusetts, Michigan, and Wyoming.
Maybe Kalamazoo.
Maybe so.
Yeah, man.
There was some kind of like a mistake or something like they had to put off the drawing for a bit. Did you guys read about that?
They had to figure out a way to fix the machine or what?
One of the
balls weren't dropping.
One district somewhere didn't have like the double check system running that they need to have to check to make sure all the tickets were legal. So they had to delay the drawing for a couple hours.
Somebody was saying it was California on Twitter, but I don't know if they were joking because California had that mistake a couple of years ago as well where they had a delay. So I don't know if it was California's fault again, but that was the joke that I saw on Twitter. So it might have been them again. Don't know. Yeah. Hey, should we talk to Cy quickly? Let's talk to Cy.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's right. Cy. Oh, R.I.P. Cy.
That's really weird.
Okay, now is he back now? Hold on. No, he dead.
I wonder why.
He's dead?
How can somebody be on hold? Does that make sense?
I think he was on hold. Yeah, that was the dead, his dead, Willie.
It's weird.
It's dead. That's okay. Well, he'll call back.
Maybe he'll call back in. Because isn't he in Cincinnati?
Yeah, that's right.
So he should be relatively close to the path, right? Is that where the path goes?
Not directly over it, but yes.
Close enough?
Close there. Close, yeah.
Again, how close do you have to get? What's this range here?
Zacho's going to get as close as possible.
I guess.
Stare right into it.
Right into it.
Although he just texted me and said the flight leaves at 7:50 and the crew hasn't even boarded yet.
Oh
my God.
I don't know if he's going to make it.
What if he pays all this money and the flight gets delayed 3 or 4 hours and there's no point in him going?
What if he's stuck on the tarmac for like 7 hours?
Oh, right.
He can't get off the plane. They won't let him off the plane. And he's got terrible gas. And he won't stop diddling.
It's all possible.
It's a terrible situation.
Sauce, when we come back, we're going to do sports.
Yeah, for sure.
We're going to do Vikings news. You're going to do that tweet bit.
Yeah, I have one all locked and loaded.
All right, lots to get to. Muss and Libera here is the Power Trip Morning Show on The Fan.
The Fan. Firewater Gospel Choir in Misery.